Okay, folks, so I'm going to make a quick video here about how to get your image into QGIS, the image that you've saved that you have in your Google Drive from Google Earth Engine. Okay, so I think the simplest thing to do here is to actually get out of the cloud, and so we're going to actually download this image to our machine. So if I just go to Recent, right? So if I just go to Recent, here's my there's my GeoTIFF that I got from Uganda. So we're just going to go ahead and download that. And then we'll open up QGIS. So in QGIS, it's super easy to add layers. So we're just going to go to Layer, Add Layer, Add Raster Layer. Remember, these are raster data. And then we're just going to find we're just going to go ahead and find our data set. So I'm going to click these three little dots. I know it's in my downloads, LST Celsius. Okay. And I'm going to add that. Okay, so I can go ahead and close this dialog box now. So there's my data set. It's not very interesting, right? It's gray scale, and it's showing us our minimum values. So the lowest, remember, the whitest pixel is actually the highest value, and the blackest pixel is the lowest value by default. So our lowest pixel is 4.9, and then our highest pixel is 40.7. So I'm going to right click and go into properties because I want to color this. So right now it's set up as single band gray. We want to make this a little more interesting. So we're going to go with single band pseudo color. So all that means is that the colors are a color ramp that we determine. The colors don't mean anything other than the value of the raster. So single band, because we only have a single band of data, so each pixel just has one value in it. So we'll do single band pseudo color. And so we've got our min and our max here. Those are our min and max pixel values. We're going to do linear interpolation. And here you can pick any color ramp that you want. I'll go ahead and here. So you've got all these different, you could pick magma, right? That's a fun one. Or spectral, right? That's another color ramp. So I'm going to go ahead and pick magma. And now we've got to classify our image according to our color ramp. So I'm going to show you a few things here. So right now we've just chosen continuous. So I'm going to classify according to continuous. And we're going to apply. Okay, so there you go. That's the image we get. If we use continuous, now if I want to use quantile, we can go to equal interval. Let's just classify according to 5 classes. Classify, and then we'll apply that. Doesn't look that much different. Let's see what quantile gives us. Again, 5 classes, classify, then apply. Okay, that looks quite a bit different. I'm liking the quantile look, but I want to put some more bins. So instead of 5, let's put 50 bins in there. Why not? So you can see all the different bins we have. Let's apply 50 bins. I'm not too fond of the magma look. I think I'm going to go with spectral. So we're going to classify our bins now according to the spectral color ramp. I'm going to apply. Okay, that's looking a lot better. I want to... Let's see, what else can we do here? Okay, so let's take a look at our other values. Okay, this is all looking good. So I think we can go ahead and go with this. This is looking pretty good. I mean, we could say clip out of range values. Doesn't look like our data really have out of range values, so the data are looking good. And again, we only have one band of data. So let's just go ahead and go with this. Though we could, change things around and, choose, choose some other options here if we wanted to change our look. So we're going to say okay. Okay, so now we have our map of Uganda, our land surface temperature map of Uganda, but we don't have the rest of the world. Okay, so we don't really know. It's kind of floating out in the middle. So for that, we're going to need to bring some base maps in, and so you only have to do this step once with QGIS on your machine. And these base maps will be present. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Plugins, Python console. Okay, so that's opened our Python console, and we want to make sure we show. So your Python console will open just like this. So it'll give you a little command line down here and just a history of your commands. We want to open the editor. So here's our editor here. I can just clear everything in the editor. Okay, and so I have given you a Python code, and all this does is it adds, and I'll show you in a second what this adds. So it's just going to add some base maps. So I'm just going to copy down this whole code layer here, or this code snippet. I'm going to go back to my QGIS. Okay. Okay, so I'm back to QGIS. I'm going to paste it in here. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I'm actually going to paste it from this other source here. Okay. So I've got the code. Sorry. Okay. Copy the code. Run it over here. Okay. Got my code in here. Now I can run this code. So it ran pretty quickly. And then what you end up with, if you go over here to XYZ tiles, now you've got all these options for base maps. So you could add the CartoDB positron, the Esri, National Geographic, Google Satellite, all sorts of different base map options. And so these are pulling these options directly from online. So I'm going to just choose one of these. So here's my layers pane over here. So I went ahead and I loaded all, every one I chose I loaded. I'm just going to click them off. Which one did I like the best? Oh, let's see here. For land surface temperature, let's go with Google Satellite. Oh, and here's our land surface temperature layer. So right now you notice we can't see it because the Google satellite layer is on top of the land surface layer. So we just need to move that on top of the Google satellite. And there you go. We can get rid of the editor. Now we have a map of the world with the Uganda land surface temperature added right there.